After attending the Quad Summit in Delaware, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to address members of the Indian community at a mega community event in New York. And you're seeing the pictures of the last-minute rehearsals and preparations on your screens. Now, members of the Indian community are eagerly waiting for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who will address them at the Nassau Coliseum in Long Island, New York. 15,000 members of the Indian diaspora have gathered from 42 different US states to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi. There are going to be more than 500 artists who are going to perform during this community event. The enthusiasm to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister saw a lineup of people queuing up about 5 hours before the event, with artists from different groups playing their traditional music to welcome the Prime Minister. Now, my colleague Siddharth Talia is on ground, and here's a report that he filed.
Hi, my name is Manavendra. I am from Mumbai, Dadar. I live in New York. It's been around 8 years now. And I always attend these events where Modi ji or any other Indian cultural events happen. I've been doing that for 8 years whenever possible.
आणि तुम्हाला इंडिया आवडतं की अमेरिका आवडतं?
मला दोन्ही आवडतं.
दोन्ही आवडतं तुम्हाला. Okay. Where are you from, sir?
Hi, my name is Prashant. I'm originally from Chennai. I'm from Boston here.
How long have you been living here?
I've been living here 21 years. It's really a proud moment and very happy to be here.
Ma'am, I heard you speak in Telugu a short while ago. Could you speak some words in Telugu to welcome the Indian Prime Minister here?
Sure. Modi garu, meeku chala abhivandanalu, suswagatam. We are very excited to see you today, and we're really looking forward. Jai Shri Ram.
Have you ever had an opportunity to interact with Mr. Modi earlier? Never. This is the first time. Okay. Sir, आप कहाँ से हैं? और
बड़ौदा, गुजरात.
और कितने सालों से यहाँ पे रह रहे हैं?
I am about 25 years.
And Mr. मोदी से कभी पहले मिले हैं आप या फिर देखा है उनको in person?
I saw him on Ahmedabad.
In Ahmedabad? कभी देखा था?
About 15 years before.
And कोई मैसेज प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी को, इंडियन अमेरिकन कम्युनिटी को?
Whatever he is doing, continuing, whatever he is doing great for the country.
Okay. Would you like to speak to us as well? Sure. Very.
Siddharth Talia, senior news editor of Times Now, is there and he's covering this event live. The excitement is palpable in the Indian community there in New York, Siddharth, and you're getting a sense there are people coming in from different states of America to just be a part of this event. 15,000 Indians. The organizers told you that 25,000 of them had registered. Get us a sense of the electrifying atmosphere around you.
Well, Sagarika, your voice is not very audible, but I got the gist of what you were trying to say. Right now, a lot of dignitaries are being welcomed on stage as we speak. Prominent members of the Indian expatriate as well as the diaspora community living here in the United States. I just saw Mr. Vikas Khanna, the Michelin star chef, who we spoke to just a short while ago, being introduced on stage as well. And he's among a whole host of other dignitaries who are being invited for this very important event. The Prime Minister, as we understand it, is expected to reach the venue in a short while from now, but the sense of anticipation is just great to see here, Sagarika. Right now, I think the stadium is approximately 75% full. It accommodates around 15,000 people. About 10 to 11,000 might already be in as we speak. They've already been at the receiving end of a few very beautiful cultural performances on the part of students from different parts of America. By the way, they've in fact been brought in from as many as 40 different states. That's the representation that you have in terms of the demographics here in the United States. There are almost 60 buses that have been commissioned to bring in people from different parts of New York as well as beyond. And there, of course, the cultural performances now continue. As many as 400 volunteers, Sagarika, have actually played a role in bringing this entire event together. They all have day jobs, but they've taken out time as well as a lot of their personal time in order to devote and dedicate themselves to this very important occasion. We have some more people now, in fact, members of the Indian community who would like to speak to us. How are you looking forward to it?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good. Tell us about what you're expecting.
We're looking forward to the event. We want to see Mr. Modi come over and address the Indian community over here.
Sure.
We are very excited to be here, and we are just waiting for Mr. Modi to be on the stage.
Okay, it'll take just a short while. Have you ever seen Mr. Modi speak? What do you think about it?
I think he's a really good inspiration to me, and I haven't never seen him speak in real life, but I have seen him on television.
Sir, would you like to speak to us? What are your expectations for this event, sir? How are you looking forward?
I'm here to support Modi because he's the first leader since independence who's actually done something good for India in a selfless way. So showing up here is a show of support for him.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to say? Where are you from? Where are you all coming from?
We are from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia,
And where are you from in India?
Lucknow.
Okay.
Lucknow, India.
Cool. All right, so those are members of the Indian community here, of course, waiting for the proceedings to in fact continue. There you have another cultural performance now underway as we speak. A lot of these performers are students who go to schools here in the United States. And they've, of course, volunteered to be part of this very important event as we speak.
Hallmarks of such a diaspora event, each time the Prime Minister goes abroad and connects with with American Indians or with Indians living abroad, it is the show of our soft power, it is the show of culture, and it is also it is also a celebration of sorts of people coming together to just celebrate their Indianness. So the Indian Americans say that they are the ambassadors of India's soft power. After the Prime Minister's Quad Talks, where it was all about business, where it was all about making huge statements, where it was...
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Can I show the banner also about the program? Sure. Hindi, English.
दोनों चलेगा.
नमस्ते सबको. वी आर फ्रॉम हिमालयन समर्पण मेडिटेशन. और सबसे पहले ऑनरेबल श्री प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि हमको ये अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला. There's a lot of non-profit organizations और मोदी जी का जो मैसेज है वसुधैव कुटुंबकम which is one world, one family and योग जो उन्होंने वर्ल्ड योगा डे पूरे वर्ल्ड में जो ये किया है वही हमारा मैसेज है. एंड वी आर ट्राइंग टू हैव द सेम मैसेज ऑफ वन वर्ल्ड, वन फैमिली जो कि बहुत आसान योग से ध्यान से आप कर सकते हो. तो उसके लिए बहुत बहुत थैंक यू.
Anything that you'd like to say?
Hi, I am Purvan Jain. I am a member of New York Consulate. Yesterday we welcomed Prime Minister Modi at Philadelphia International Airport. It was great experience, one of the great experience. This is what happening is a cultural heritage hub where all Indians are coming together. There are almost 4 million Indians in the United States, out of which 40,000 people registered for this event. 15,000 people got the chance to enter this event, and there were 5,000 volunteers working from 40 days. It's a great opportunity.
Nassau Coliseum in New York, where you are seeing the last-minute preparations that are underway. On stage, there are cultural performers who are in fact gearing up to enthrall the Prime Minister with their superb and stunning performances. Siddharth is speaking to members of the Indian community, and there you have the Tiranga flying high at the Nassau Stadium in Long Island in New York. And like we've been telling our viewers, the Indian American community says that they are the ambassadors of India's soft power. Each time the Prime Minister goes abroad and connects with NRIs or Indians living abroad, this is the message of our culture and our unity that goes abroad. So after the Quad Talks, this is the diaspora event that for which 15,000 Indians across 42 states in America have come together, and pictures are on your screens. Siddharth also spoke to Michelin star chef Vikas Khanna. Let's listen into what he told us earlier today as we also keep the pictures of the performances on our screens.
Minister of India, when he met him several years ago on his visit to the United States, described as the pride of India. We have Mr. Vikas Khanna himself, Michelin star chef. Mr. Khanna, thank you so much for speaking to Times Now. And what do you make of this event? I mean, this is not the very first time that the Prime Minister will be addressing members of the Indian diaspora. He's done that in the Madison Square Garden back in 2014 as well. And this has become a part of a trend on his part to be addressing members of the Indian community in each and every country that he visits. What do you make of this specific event that's been organized today? What are you looking forward to?
I think this is structured more like a gravity, and which is necessary for people who are living in diaspora, because we're still looking at some connections back home. And I think PM being such a figure for all of us, who is like an elderly family member, I just feel that we all connect to that. We salute that and we bow to that, because that is such a big representation of who we are as Indians. And it's our unifying forces that how we're unified in this moment is going to define our structures and also our strength and our success.
Mr. Khanna, we were watching an interview of yours as well, which you gave to an international network almost 4 years ago. This was during COVID. And you'd been then asked a question about what was your inspiration behind the success that you've now experienced in the United States, having lived here for so long. And you gave a very interesting response to that question. It was about hunger. And the interviewer appeared to be giving the impression that it was hunger back in India that may have motivated you to work that much harder when you came here to the United States. And you gave him a fitting response. You basically said that it was hunger that I experienced here in the United States during my days of struggle that motivated me to become who I've eventually become. And you also gave him the example of the langars that you've actually worked in the community kitchens back in Amritsar, where you hail from. Were there certain stereotypes that you experienced on the part of people here in the United States at the time that you came to the country that you now managed to rectify through your own experience here, your own success here? Has there been a course correction in that perception?
Of course, there's a big change right now. You know, you're talking about people, it's so embedded in the Western mind that anyone who comes from India is starved, is absolutely unsuccessful, but my idea to give that response was that, you know, we come from middle class families. Yes, we're working class, we work hard, but that use of the word hunger, it's like hitting me on the belly of telling me that, you know, oh, you are nothing and you came here and you've been glorified. The truth is that we are structured around families in India in certain ways that hunger is I don't think so many of the kids in my middle class families have experienced the way we are projected in the Western world. And I do feel as somebody who lives in America for most of my grown up life, we should be able to stand up and correct that. Instead of all the time bowing to the Western media in certain ways that you are right, oh yeah, we come from hunger, we have nothing to eat, nothing to wear. I just feel that sometimes it's our leaders, especially in a position of privilege like myself, that we should be able to tell them the truth of the matter of fact and overwrite what has been heard before in their media.